G'day folks, and welcome back to my Let's Play series, episode number 4. Today what we're going to do is we're going to build a starter house so we can move out of this little area here. It's getting a little bit dangerous with mobs coming and sneaking up on me while I'm looking in the chests. Now, as you can see, I've also done a little work off camera there. I've bred up some cows and some sheep, which I've gone over to the savannah and grabbed some from there. Now, I've also been farming a bit of wood for our next build as well. So I've done that off camera. And there's one thing that I need to get before we can start the build. I want to go find a dark oak forest so we can get some dark oak. Now I've been tossing up between going left or right, just taking a boat, going left or right. I think we might go left. Looks like desert out to the right, so we'll go left and see where that takes us. Okay, there's that swamp that we seen in the last episode, which has the village in it. Also looking out for any shipwrecks that we might find on the way, which might have some treasure, or at least a treasure map in them. So we'll keep our eyes out for those as well. Although it is really hard to see in the water. What have we got down here? Got like a little, it might be a drowned temple. Oh, look at that, guys, straight away. There's some dark oak right there, so we haven't had to come far for it. There's a coral reef over there as well. Might go have a look at that later. We'll just pull up here and we'll get our bed out. Quickly sleep before anything comes. Okay, guys, and look what we've got over here as well. We've got a witch hut, which is fairly close to the base. So that'll make for a good witch farm later on. We won't have to travel so far for it either. Alright, so let's grab our axe out and start harvesting some of this wood. Okay guys, we're back on the main island and I've got up all the resources that we need to make our bridge. Now what we're going to need for this build is we're going to need some acacia logs. We're going to need some acacia wood as well. Now you can make acacia wood by just putting 4 logs in your crafting bench, or even in just your own crafting area there, and that gives you acacia wood, which gives you the bark on all 4 sides. Now another thing that we will need is some oak slabs, some fences, and some lanterns, which is a 1.14 edition. Now to make a lantern, all we need to do is get some iron nuggets, and we'll need a crafting table for this. And you just put your torch in the middle of your crafting bench and just surround it by nuggets, and that'll give you a lantern. So now we've got half a stack of lanterns. I made up some previously, obviously. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put down my bed down here as well, so that I don't have to keep running over there to sleep while we're building. Alright guys, to start this one off, we're going to place down some logs here like so. Maybe one more there. And then we're going to come out 4 on each side, and then we'll pillar up. sides. Whoops. Okay. Come out another 4. Completely missed the jump there. And we'll come out another 4 on this side. 2, 3, and 4. And then we'll just jump down and pillar up. We'll drop 1 down. We'll come out another 4. And again, drop down and pillar up. Drop 1 down. Okay, so now we just need to repeat that on the other side. Alright, so straight down. And then we drop 1 down. Come out 4 more. And then we drop down. And then we drop 1 down. And come across, and we should be finishing up on this side. Okay. And we'll come out there. Okay, so now what we want to do is we'll dig out these few blocks here. And then we'll come up 1 every time we hit a column. And then we go up again, just to be underneath each row there. And we have to cut this out and stick it back like that. We'll just fill that in like so. Okay, and there we have it. So now what we need to do, we talked earlier about the bark blocks. Now I personally don't really like the color of the orange of the inside of these logs. I love the outside, just don't really like the orange there. It doesn't really suit most builds. So what I like to do now is with these new bark blocks is just replace those blocks where you can see the orange with those bark blocks, and I think that looks a lot nicer. Alright guys, now we're going to add some lighting to the build. So I'm just going to build up some fence posts here to use as light poles. And I'm just going to stand on top of them and come up 3 and jump back down again. Okay, now we grab our lanterns out. And we can just hang them from the underside of the blocks. So the beauty about these new lanterns is you can hang them from the bottom of other blocks, whereas torches you can only put on the walls or the floor. So these make for great interior lighting as well as lampposts. Okay, now another thing that I wanted to do is, because I want this to be a safe area over here, as you can see I've lit it all up, so mobs aren't going to be spawning over here, but I also don't want them coming across the bridge as well. So I'm going to be making some gates. I may need to go get some more wood for that. If we come over this side, come through. The gates were there, but we don't do it on this side. We open the gate, we go through, and it'll close itself. Now I do realise I might need to put something up here to stop the mobs coming up. I'm not sure what yet, but we will do that at a later time. Alrighty guys, I've moved all my stuff over to our little island here, so things should be a little bit safer. Now the only thing that we will have to worry about is obviously drowned. So I did have one come up on me during the day, but they're pretty slow and easy to kill, so it's not so bad. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get started on the build of the house. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to build just to the right of where we're standing here, in that sort of rectangle area there, and I'll have an entrance out the back to the portal, and I'll have an entrance out the front here to the obviously the bridge to get back over onto the main island. Alrighty folks, so I've got some materials here which we'll need to build our house. Now it is going to be a similar style to that one there, obviously with just a dark oak roof. Now I've also got some crackstone bricks cooking away in there. We won't need those just yet, so we can go make a start on the build. So what I'll do is I'll grab some of this acacia here, and then we'll lay out our out of frame. So I'll probably come in maybe 3 from here, so that gives us enough room to have a little side walkway. We'll come out, I think, the same on this side as well. So 1, 2, 3. Maybe we'll move this over here one little bit. Okay, the night's coming up on us, but that's okay. We're relatively safe here. This is a good time to test things out. So now we want to come over this side here, and depends on how wide we want to make it. So I want to make it sort of to about here, I reckon, just to sort of keep in line with the bridge. If that's the outer edge, I might come back in 1, so that gives us a space of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's an odd number, which is good. It helps for symmetry across the build. So what we'll do now is we'll go down this way, and we're probably going to cut into the water a little bit here, just so that we can get a doorway out this way a little bit. So I'll probably come back to probably around about this area. So I'll come back to, I reckon, about there is probably good. So that means if we come out here a bit, oh, there's mobs over there, they can't get us. So we're in line with that one there. So that'll bring us to about there if we build that up. So we want these to be about 4 high off the ground. So 1, 2, jump into the water there. Now 1, 2, and we'll just bring them across. Oh, we've got a drowned over here. Let's take care of him. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll lay our floor in. Okay, now our floor is going to be stripped birch logs. I really like the way that they look when they're laid down. So if we one down there so we can face them various ways. I like to go into different patterns with these ones. Sometimes you need to play around with it a little bit. That's generally a nice enough pattern to go with. Now if we just strip these off, we have a pretty nice looking bit there. Now this will be a wall, so you need to remove that. Okay, it might be easier if we do put in the walls first. Now I might just lay down a bit of a foundation here. Okay, there we go. So this allows us to start that pattern. Okay guys, there we have it. We've got our floor in. As you can see, it's just a simple little pattern that just repeats itself. I quite like it. A lot of people just go for the straight look as well, but I like to make little patterns. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're probably going to fill in these walls. Now we'll probably leave that bit for now because that's where our exit's going to be. So let's get some, like we did last time, we'll just fill it all in with cobble and we'll come back and we'll texture it all up. Alright guys, as you can see there, that's cobble overload. So what we'll do now is we'll go through and we'll texture it just like we've done with the other ones. So we'll start here. And I'll just start taking out random bits. Alright guys, the walls have been textured, so what we'll do now is we'll go through and maybe punch out some windows. Maybe plan out somewhere we're going to have our chests. Um, I think I'd like to have my chests along here, and we can have a little bed area down there and a little exit. Maybe have another level on this at another time, possibly. Probably not today. So I'll put some chests in here and we'll see how we go with that. Alright folks, so I've put some chests in. I need to make a couple more for just here, but that means we can sort of make some window area. And have little floor to ceiling window areas there. So this will probably be, oops, our exit out the back. Put that back in there. So we've got windows, exit, so we can have a little crafting area here, and maybe some more windows over here. And put the coal back in there. And then maybe another one over here. Alrighty guys, so it's time to start with the roof. So I'll start with the cobble gable again, as we did last time. And as always, I always mess up the first block. There we go. And aiming at the top of the block to get that one upside down. And again, we'll bring that one out here like that. And at the top of the block. And I might just make some scaffolding to get up here. And we're not going to see those orange bits, so we don't need to put any of those wood blocks over them. Okay, I don't have any cobble blocks, but I'll come back and put those in there. Can start on the other side now. Okay, there we go, aim at the bottom. Okay, that's now useless, so we'll get rid of that. Gets a bit tricky when we get out into the water here. A little bit of scaffolding. Okay. One for that side. one for that side. Alright, now what we need to do is fill in these. Alright guys, the roof is in and I've put a cobble slab just over the top there. So that's all completed now. The only thing left to do is our little entranceway here and some glass up the top there and then there, and just some lighting in here so we don't get mobs spawning in here. But unfortunately guys, that's all the time we have for today. We are running a little bit late, so we'll be finishing this up in the next episode. We'll be creating the front entrance and the back entrance there, or back exit to go over to the nether portal. We may even clean this up here, this area a little bit here, move in. I'll probably move in off camera actually. But if you like the video, please remember to subscribe, and I'd really love to hear your feedback, so please leave a comment. If you like the video, if you don't like some stuff that you don't like, just leave it in the comments, and I'll do my best to improve. But look, thanks very much for watching guys. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, bye.